Welcome to Fall Friday Soups. My name is Karina. For today's soup, I found this recipe in the Magnolia cookbook. It is a very easy soup to throw together. It is chicken noodle. Now I know we all have a favorite chicken noodle, me included, but this one is just a little bit different. The recipe keeps it really simple by using a rotisserie chicken. But for the extra special item, this chicken noodle is made with homemade noodles. Now, I have never made my own noodles before, and that is something I have always wanted to try. So I figured this is the perfect time to try something out of my comfort zone. And today I'm going to accomplish that with this soup. So I'm starting off by breaking up the rotisserie chicken and adding it into a soup pot. I have chopped carrot, celery, and onion, and then I have the chicken in a pan. Now the recipe says to add carrot, celery, and onion and a little bit of butter and cook your vegetables first. I just added my chicken to it. I'm going to let it cook a little bit in here before I start adding the broth. I'm going to use a little bit of this chicken stock, and then I'm going to also just make my own chicken broth with this bouillon flavoring. For seasonings, it says to add salt and pepper. You can add whatever you want. To my chicken noodle soup, I always add house seasoning by Paula Deen. They have the recipe for this online. It gives the best flavor to chicken noodle soup. I'm gonna add a little more broth than that. That is just not quite enough. I added 2½ cups of flour to a bowl. Now it says to make a well, and that is where I'm going to add the eggs. Now it says to add ½ cup of milk and salt. I'm going to mix this with a fork until the dough comes together. It says if the dough is too sticky, add a little more flour, but if it's too dry, add a little more milk. I think I might add some more milk to mine. Says knead to incorporate the flour. Okay, and then I'm going to get a lightly floured surface prepared. I added more flour to it because it seems kind of sticky to me. Okay, the recipe says using a rolling pin to roll out the dough into a round about an 1/8 inch thick. Says it doesn't need to be perfect, which is good because it's just not going to be. But as sticky as it is, I'm going to put a little flour on my rolling pin. Okay, then I'm going to use a pizza cutter or knife. I think I'll use a pizza cutter. I'm going to cut the dough into 1 inch wide and 5 to 6 inches long. These are definitely going to look homemade. Once I get this all finished, I am going to cover them with a damp paper towel until they are ready to add to the soup. Once I add them to the soup, they only cook for 10 to 15 minutes, and then it's finished. I love making new things I've never made before. I love a good challenge, so hopefully these turn out good. I have never made homemade noodles before, so you experienced ladies that have, you're probably cringing right now. But I think these are gonna turn out good. Okay, I have the soup back up to a simmer, and I'm going to start adding the noodles. Then I'm going to let them cook in the soup for 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, they definitely look like homemade noodles, but it smells fantastic. The dough ended up being just a little bit too sticky. Next time I would try to work better with that dough. Add more flour to it.